So today's Wednesday. On Saturday, we drove to Brisbane to pick up our new Tucana Teardrop caravan from Stonegate Industries down there. So we've basically been on the road now since then. It's got wet and it's got dusty and it's got dirty. Let's go see what it looks like after a few days. All right, so I've been up here at Stanage Bay now for a few days. It's a bit of a dusty old run getting out here, and it's rained. So here it is, warts and all, in all its glory, considering it's only 3 days old. 3 days? 4 days. I've lost track of time now. Anyway, there she is. Let's go have a closer look, and we'll look outside and inside and see what we feel about it after a couple of days. All right, so first of all, we'll have a look at the kitchen, which is a little bit lived in already. Now you can see up here, if we have a look, you can see some of the dust that's come in there. Now, to be fair, it was a pretty extreme trip on the way out. Lots of dust, so there was a little bit got in the kitchen. So we might have to deal with that. But otherwise, really happy with the layout. So I've got 2 burners there, we've got some bread going on there, the sink with a little electric motor. Plenty of storage space in this newer layout as well. So this is picked up September 2022, and they've given us a bit more storage space here in the kitchen. Bit of storage space under there. Slide out drawer with some goodies. The fridge slides out, but I won't do that because I don't have 2 hands at the moment. But otherwise pretty good. This awning at the back works really well, and it's nice and simple to put up. So basically there's a channel up there. Just run the rope in through that and a couple of poles, and out she comes. Pretty easy and straightforward. The other thing that we optioned, which was really good as well, is this side awning here. Now these guys here at the side actually fold in. These legs here then fold up. The whole thing then rolls up and zips away. It's really easy to put up, only a few seconds. Didn't come with the lights, of course. That's my little bit. This side table's been really useful as well. I've used that quite a fair bit already. So around the front, I've got a 300 watt solar blanket over there with an extra lithium battery. We did option the lithium battery in the boot as well, plus 200 watts on top. So the way things are going at the moment, we could stay out of here for quite a while at this stage. If we have a look inside, now we haven't quite figured out what to do with those cupboards yet, so we've just got a bunch of stuff on the floor here. And you can see there's a path through to the kitchen there. That skylight's been really good for getting some breeze in the evenings. And otherwise we didn't worry about getting a TV or anything like that, because we don't plan on watching the TV whilst we are camping. Otherwise, the one thing that we did notice too is that light around there is really, really bright. I'll put it on now. Probably doesn't make too much of a difference in the daytime, but at night time it is super, super bright. Around the front again. So the cow dung already. It's been christened, had a rough old ride out here. But so far so good. Really happy with it to this stage. Alright, so now that we've got the quick overview out of the way, we'll look at a few things in a bit more detail. So the gas now apparently needs to be connected outside rather than inside there. So I won't unplug that at the moment because there's some bread going on up there. But basically when you turn the gas off, that comes out, wind that up, tack that away, and then you can close the kitchen tailgate lid down. When we first saw that, we thought, but it could actually be useful if we want to use a web route here. We just, can unplug the burner and plug a Weber barbecue in instead. The drain from the sink just sort of falls down really close to the leg there, So we've kind of jerry-rigged an empty bottle in there just so that we can keep a bucket under it rather than running down the leg. The under area of the sink is actually quite deep. There's some stuff in the way, so there's the lithium battery down there, and behind that there's the water pump and whatnot. So there's a lot of space in here, but there are a few obstacles and things in the way there, so you just need to be a little bit careful with how you organise that. And pack things properly too, otherwise if you're driving on dirty, dusty, corrugated roads, things can get kind of scratched and damaged. We learned that the hard way. So between when we went and ordered this late last year to when we took delivery September this year, 2022, they've actually extended the kitchen a bit, pushed this wall back into the cabin area, which has got some space in it that you didn't need anyway. So there's quite a lot of handy storage space, both along there and up there. You know, plenty of room in there to keep a few bits and pieces. And of course you can open up this guy here and pass things straight in through to the cabin, which is kind of nice for the person inside the cabin, I suppose.
True.
There is a neat little area here beside the fridge as well. I think it's designed for this, you know, to keep this canopy and stuff in, but it's also useful for cutting boards and bits and pieces as well. There's a cigarette lighter adapter in behind there to power the fridge, and there's another one right up the back in the back corner there, which is actually really hard to get to. So I don't know what we're going to do with that one yet, but it is there. Another cigarette lighter adapter there, water pump, water tank gauge, and then up here is 240 if you want to turn the inverter on and use something with 240 volts. These little plants from IKEA are a nice touch too. Not my idea, by the way. This side table that comes with it fits neatly in that toolbox around the front there. Super handy, we've used that heaps. Now it can clip here. It's pretty easy to just clip in there, and there's also 2 clips around the side there. So it could go on out the side there if you wanted to extend the kitchen as well. We've got it here at the moment because we've got those tables over there, but this could easily extend your kitchen space as well. Alright, so we'll just jump back inside now. So there's a bit of shelf space under there, underneath these controllers, the battery and the inverter and whatnot. There's also a cigarette lighter adapter there, 240 under there as well, and a couple of USBs there. Empty shelf there, let me just climb in. So once you're in, you've got a pocket and a reading light over that side. Now the first night we did have our heads down that end. Hello. We did have our heads down that end, but I kept bumping my head on that corner. So that lifts up, and you know, you can lock off that area, but yeah, I kept on knocking my head on that corner. So we reversed it now and have the pillows up this end. Cupboard here with a shelf on that side and just open on that side. Haven't really figured out what's going to go in those ones yet, but I'm sure we'll sort that out in due course. And it comes with this panel and cushion here to extend this area here. So if you're traveling solo, you could pop that in there and sleep widthways along there, which means you can probably set the table up under here and you know, leave a bed permanently set up there if you wish. That's not how we're traveling, so I think when we get home we'll probably put that in storage or do something else with it. Now we've optioned 2 of these fans, so there's one in that corner and another one in that corner. Haven't had to use them yet because with that open and that up all the way, that actually drags quite a bit of air in there if you've got, you know, the breeze coming on, and we're parked like that way to the ocean at the moment, so good breeze coming in through there and through there. So we haven't needed the fans yet, but I'm pretty sure there'll be certain places where we do. Now one other thing to note is that these cushions are hard and nowhere soft enough to sleep on. Our first night we stopped over at Gympie on the way home, and that's all we had, and yeah, that's very firm. In the meantime we've thrown an old doona and one of these little foam underlay things on top, but that's not enough. We're going to have to head off to Clark rubber or somewhere and get, you know, something with some decent thickness. I'm sure they're great for chairs, but you'll definitely want something on top of that bed to have any kind of softness. Unless you like a really hard mattress, of course, then you're probably golden. So this little toolbox out the front itself, we'll just clip that up there. It's lined with this black felt sort of material. It's a decent size. I'm thinking that once we get ourselves sorted, we'll probably fit a generator in there, I think. We've only got a little 950 watt generator, so that'll go in there okay. On the trip up, we just basically put camping chairs and whatnot in there, not a whole lot, but that's about the size of it. Pretty heavy duty setup up the front here with the hitch. A couple of these big chains. So if you are, hooking it up to something decent and planning on doing a bit of off-roading, between that setup there and the amount of ground clearance you've got under it, which is quite a fair bit, I don't think you'd have any trouble taking this pretty much anywhere you wanted to go. And around this side, which is probably the boring side, you've basically got 240 in there if you're at a caravan park, water there, and these vents there for the gas stuff in the kitchen. And that is pretty much our walk around. All right, so as the kookaburras go off in the distance, so that's Sunday night, Monday, Tuesday, today's Wednesday, so it's only been a few days. I've got to say, so far we are pretty happy with the way things are going.
Love this little thing. It's compact, place for everything. It's definitely home away from home.
Yeah, so we've got a few bits and pieces. We've got a bit of a list of things to do, but so far really happy. Can I smell that bread?
Almost.
All right, we've got more important things to do right now. See you later.